Hello, and welcome to Stompboxing, a podcast about guitar pedals and whatever else. I'm Dan,
I'm Carlos.
and today we're talking about our first forays into guitar pedals. This is our first episode too, so that seemed to make sense.
Yep. Good place to start. Good place to introduce ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I guess let's just get into it.
Yeah. Do you want to start? Should I start?
I think you should start.
Okay.
And I don't know why.
Well, you did the intro, so I can do the. Yeah. So my first pedal that I still have, actually, although I don't use it anymore. It's a Marshall jackhammer
Whoa.
overdrive and distortion.
Hell yeah.
We bought this. This is when my sister and I were both like learning how to play guitar and bass. We had an amp that could only do clean. I think it had a chorus and reverb. And then, yeah, I mean, probably a lot of people have gone through this where like you can tell that your guitar does not sound like any guitar that you hear and you don't know why. And then some like, I think it was the brother of a friend of my sister was just getting rid of this pedal. So my sister bought it probably for nothing. And yeah, and then suddenly I was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is why now it sounds like what we wanted it to sound. But yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah, everything was just so confusing. Like, even I remember like having to think a lot about which cable went where.
Yep. I had a wah pedal that I plugged in backwards the first time on accident, and then it made an awful sound, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that is labeled like, "Oh, in, out."
But even then, my brain was like, "But is that in to the guitar or in?"
Yeah, or into the amp? Like what? Yeah. Yeah. So I had that for a while. I mean, do not ask me like what settings I was using or anything. I feel like.
What year was this? Because like when did that pedal come out? I guess is that like an older? Because Marshall was doing pedals.
Yeah. I mean, I think it might be like from the 90s or so, or 2000s. Like, I mean, I haven't ever seen anybody using this.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, weirdly enough, like on, the Guitar Rig plugin.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You have a model of that pedal in the Guitar Rig.
Of course.
I think it's the only place where I've ever seen like anybody using it, or like I found a couple of videos of people just like, oh, have you ever heard of this pedal? And I guess most people don't like it. It has like two modes. I think the distortion does not sound as good. Mm-hmm. I think the overdrive sounds pretty good. And I mean, it has a pretty interesting EQ. Like you have lows and highs, and then a contour and a frequency for the contour. So it's like you have a parametric EQ that but you can only cut frequencies.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So like if you have the
Oh no,
that'd be a Marshall thing. I don't know.
I was gonna say like that would if that would have been my first pedal, that would have been way too
I had
much
no idea
for me to figure out.
Yeah. I mean, I think at some point I figured out like, oh, if I put the contour at, I think it's minimum actually, it's like bypassed.
Okay.
So I would just use the high and low. But yeah, so I think I only had that for a while. Then now is when like the timeline gets a bit fuzzy, because again, like I was kind of jumping between bass and guitar.
Oh yeah.
So either the second thing was a Line 6. What is this called? Line 6. No. So this is like a bass floor pot.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So it was like an amp sim. It has a pedal too. So I think you could do either wah or volume. But yeah, it was mainly just like amp sim. Maybe had like some extra things. I don't remember. And I remember that one that was the first time that I encountered like alternative controls.
Oh, well,
Like you could press something and then like what used to be the bass now is like the low mid control or something.
another thing that's too
And
much for me to handle.
yeah. No, I remember like I did not understand uh, for a while that that was there, and then when I found out, it was like, this is crazy. Like you can what?
A friend of mine growing up, his dad played guitar, so he had stuff.
Uh-huh.
But my friend Andy had the Line 6 pod, and that was always fun to mess around with. It was like,
Like one of the Bean ones, or
yeah, I think so.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd be curious how that sounds today. Just seeing
I'm,
how far stuff has come.
yeah. But I'm sure that you can find a couple good settings that will
Oh
be
yeah, for sure.
totally fine. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I think it was that, and then shortly after, um, yeah, because so the pod thing was mainly like, well, I don't have an amp. I'm just plugging into like whatever, so I need something
Hmm.
that will make it sound better. And then I think about that time, like this was, I was in college, so it was probably, what year would this be? Like 2009 or so. I discovered the YouTube channel of ProGuitarShop.com.
Hmm.
Uh, so this is Andy Martin, who then went on to work for Reverb and his own stuff. Uh, and I was just blown away. Like I I had quite a lot of time during my bachelor's, and I did not have Wi-Fi at home because I was
Oh, okay.
just super cheap.
Yeah.
So I would just go to the music building and like sit in some corner and just watch pedal demos for like 2 hours. um, so yeah, so I definitely wanted a pedal. So I got a bass Big Muff Pi,
Mm.
which I think is sort of like a Green Russian Big Muff, which is the one that a lot of basses use.
Mhm.
But then it has some modes. So I think it's like either the default and then a bass boost. So, which is nice because I mean, have you ever used Big Muffs?
I've not really used many fuzzes, period.
Oh my god, Dan,
Yeah,
we need
that's
to we need to change this. I don't know if
I'm
maybe
kind of
this is gonna
scared
be
of
the
them.
this might be the last episode. I don't know if I can deal with this. um, yeah, I mean, Big Muffs, like when they sound good, they sound great,
Mhm.
but it's almost like you have to dial everything else to work with the Big Muff.
Gotcha.
Just because the EQ is so specific, like it really has a mid scoop, unless it's like a modded one, like
Mhm.
um, and and then the flattest you can get the EQ is when it's in the middle, and so it's still scooping the mids, but then when you go counterclockwise, the bass gets louder and the treble gets softer. And
Mhm.
if you go the other way around, it does the opposite. So it was nice to have the bass boost because then you could like turn the tone a little bit to the right and get more highs, but
Okay.
then regain the lows with the switch. Um, and then the last mode was like a dry, like a parallel dry. Um, which is cool, but it's kind of weirdly designed because like you didn't have, so the dry would always be 100%.
Oh, okay. You couldn't there wasn't like a
Yes.
blend or whatever. It was just
No, so you just get like way louder.
yeah.
Because it's like, well, you have your bass and now your bass and the
And
Big Muff on top of it. um so yeah, I think so it was that. Then I was just very curious about a lot of effects, but it felt, I mean, I don't know, just like having a pedal board or like all the cabling and everything, it just felt very
Yeah.
overwhelming. So I bought a Boss ME70, I think was multi effects, which was great to just learn. Like,
I had
'cause-
I bought a
yeah,
I think it was a Line 6 multi-effect I bought from my guitar teacher, Steve Grismore, in college.
Like one of the M series?
It was one with the expression pedal in it as well.
Oh, interesting.
So it had like the expression
Oh,
pedal and maybe like 6 or 8 buttons on it, probably
okay.
6. So you could kind of just
Yeah.
like map out a little pedal board on there.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
that was a good way for me just to like learn about effects and what they sound
Yeah.
like. I mean,
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
um,
Yeah, and also on this one, like the chain of effects was fixed.
I
Like
think yeah.
yeah, so you can have like, okay, this is like your block one, and here's a dial where you can select like one of these, and then you
Mhm.
can do the same thing for each block. No screen.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean that was just great to find some things like, oh, okay, I do like this, I don't like that, or like what is this based on? Um, and then I think after that I bought a delay. Because yeah, I guess at that time was when I figured out like, oh, you can actually make noises with a
Yeah.
delay. Like you don't even have to play normal. Um, so I bought a Memory Boy, but not the Memory Boy Deluxe, the one that is bigger, but so the one that is, it is kind of like the size of like a traditional, well, not traditional, like late 90s, early 2000s electro harmonics box.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like the Pog that most people think of
Yeah.
with the 3 knobs, that size. Um, so yeah, it was just like a 3 knob delay with like some modulation. And yeah, so there was a moment when I was just like in the band that I was playing, where I was playing bass, I had this like bizarre amalgamation of like I'm using this Line 6 modeling thing for the amp, and then I have some pedals, and then I have this massive multi-effects thing. So
Was there like an
yeah,
effects
I
loop
mean,
on that multi-effects thing, or did you just go
no,
straight in? Yeah.
no,
Okay.
yeah, I think it was. Again, I mean, I'm not sure what the order was. I'm assuming it was pedals, then the multi-effects, then the Line 6. Um, then I yeah, I moved to Berlin. I think I sold the Line 6 thing and maybe even the Boss one too, because I don't remember using the Boss that much in Berlin. And then I got a Line 6 Pod HD 500, I think was
Oh,
the full name. Um,
high
so this is
definition.
like a, yeah. um, yeah, so this one was a massive one. Like it is kind of like the ones that are the size of your pedal board.
Yeah.
So I think this was the generation before they switched to the Helix.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, so I mean, I was using that for the band that I was playing at, but also like I would just program like weird patches. It had an expression pedal, and on that it's already kind of like what I think what you would think of now, where like you have blocks, you can move them in any
Okay.
order.
Yeah.
You can have like 6 delays in a row if you want to.
More like
Um,
modular than the other
yeah.
thing.
Between that and then actually, yeah, using I also downloaded some cracked copy of Guitar Reg. So I think that's when like I started really like spending hours and hours just like trying to find sounds and trying to understand better, like, okay, what's the difference between this type of distortion and this type of
Mm-hmm.
distortion, or amps or anything. Um, but yeah, so there was a moment where like I was only doing just program multi effects, like everything is set up. Yeah, you can only control with the volume
Yeah.
pedal, and that's it. Um, Although I think that's also when I so one of the pedals that I still use now, and that probably like if I was going to if I was gonna say like the pedal that changed my life,
Mm-hmm.
it was the Great Destroyer by Dwarfcraft Devices. which I'm sure I've talked to you about.
I believe you have, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so the one that I have is actually, it was a kit that you could
Oh, yeah,
order.
cool.
Because I mean, the pedal itself is like pretty similar, it's like pretty straightforward, like the components and everything.
Mhm.
So yeah, I ordered that from the US. So like it arrived. I think I had to pay like some extra at customs that I was not
Yeah.
aware of. It wasn't too much, but it was like, okay, because it's more expensive than I thought.
I was gonna ask, yeah, like what the pedal market was like over in Spain and Berlin too, or how it would differ from. But I mean,
No, I mean,
this is
yeah,
maybe
this was
before a lot of
like,
like boutique stuff too. So it's
yeah. I think, trying to think, because I mean, I knew, yeah, like when I got obsessed with like proguitarshop.com and stuff like that, like I knew about like CVEX.
okay. Yeah.
Um, I think they were like one of the first, like, yeah, boutique, but I don't know, it felt like a bigger brand. I don't know if I was aware of like how few people probably were involved.
Yeah.
Um, do you know about Thomann, the store?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Thomann is huge in Europe. Like they're based in Germany. So Thomann spelled Thomann, I think. Um, like have you heard of the Harley Benton guitars?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, so Harley Benton is like the Thomann brand.
Okay, gotcha.
Um, so yeah, so I mean they were huge, and like you could order, I'm pretty sure anywhere in Europe from them. Um, so yeah, I mean if we're talking about like Electro Harmonics, MXR, sorry, Dunlop, like
Boss.
or Boss, yeah, all that stuff you could buy it anywhere. Yeah, I think it was more just the smaller brands. I mean, even like mid-size, like I don't remember when was the first time that I heard about like Keeley.
Yeah. I mean,
Or like
that was
yeah.
probably like only maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago that I really
Yeah, right. But I mean, I'm sure that like the Keeley compressor and stuff
they
like
must
that, like
they must have been
those
around.
have been
Yeah.
for a long time, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like when I moved to the US, like I don't think there was a like, oh shit, now I can buy all this
Yeah.
stuff. It was, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it must have been. Um, Maybe I was just not that interested in like super small builders.
You're just not as like keyed into what they're doing or whatever.
Yeah, or like I didn't see like the appeal of like, oh yeah, this you can get some like very unique stuff. I think I still had a pretty utilitarian view of pedals. So it's like, well, this one does the same thing. Like, why would I go to this random person? Uh, yeah, but so I order actually two kits from the same pedal, and I think one is still not built. Like I just have it somewhere in a
Oh,
drawer. Um, but yeah, so the Great Destroyer, as far as I understand, like the guy was like trying to make a normal distortion pedal, and then like something went wrong, and it just started making all these noises, and he just went with it.
it's like the guy that
Uh,
invented sticky notes, right? Was trying to invent
oh yeah.
like a super tough glue or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
And then it's just
Okay.
like, oh no, this is super loose, just like the most delicate glue you could ever imagine.
Nice. Um, yeah. So it's like so you have three knobs that are labeled. Well, yeah, it's like you have like gain, tone. Neither one of those is really gain or tone. And then you have volume, which it is just a master volume at the end, and then a starve knob, which is I think is literally just like
Start the
reducing the
voltage or
amount of
something.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, starve, gain, and tone are like extremely interactive with each other. And there are some settings, and it's also very depending on what pickups you're using, where you could use it as a pretty nasty fuzz, but then like as soon as you move anything, like it just starts screeching at you. Um, and Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I've looked at other pedals with like feedback loops and stuff like that, and I haven't found anything that is like as dynamic
Mm.
and versatile. Um, because it's not just like a constant hum or something. It's
Mhm.
like coming in and out, or like suddenly you like turn off and it's a white noise or something. Like, yeah, just super. Like you can really play it, and I that's why I feel like when I say like that probably changed my approach to pedals. Because suddenly it was like, oh, okay, this can also be a pedal.
Yeah.
Like you, and this is like you can play the pedal.
Yeah,
Like
it's like it's like its own
yeah,
instrument kind of thing.
yeah, like even more than a delay. So yeah, so I think for some concerts I was using like the huge pod and the Great Destroyer just for like some sections,
Mhm.
and I would just like get on my knees and mess around with it. Um, and then when I moved to US, I sold a bunch of stuff. So I sold the pod. Um, at some point, I sold that delay. I don't know where or to whom. Um, yeah, so I think like when I moved to Iowa, I was kind of set on like I'm just going back to pedals.
Mhm.
Like I don't want this. I don't want presets. I don't want
Yeah. Mhm.
everything to just be like mapped out, and yeah, I want to be able to like mess around with things. Um, so I just started getting some more pedals. Like I finally got an octave pedal, which was the 7-Up by TC Electronics.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, got a reverb, got a different analog delay. So I was pretty happy with that, and then finally I decided to get the HX Stomp, um, which I feel like was yeah. I think that combination was like what I was looking for. Like I
Mhm.
had been going back and forth between okay, only pedals or maybe with multi effects. Like it is kind of funny that I feel like I ended up back
You went all the way
to
back, yeah.
yeah, but like so back to that first setup where I had the multi effects and the loose effects and the amp modeling, and it was a total mess. It's just that now it's like the very nice version of that.
Yeah, like all the problems were fixable.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like I finally got a pedal board. Yeah, I think it was a big day when I decided like it's okay to put Velcro on the bottom of the pedals.
They will survive. They'll be stronger
Yeah,
for it.
I don't know. I was so afraid of doing that. I feel like this is just gross. Like I'm sticking something to the pedals. What am I doing? Um and yeah, so yeah, I feel like after that it's been like different evolutions of that setup of like the single pedals combined with the HX Stomp.
Yeah.
Some before, some in the loop. So yeah, so then the HX Stomp basically acts as my amp. Um and I love that I can really go in there and spend hours like tweaking things, and it feels like I get to have the things that I want fixed
Mhm.
and the things that I want movable.
Yeah, because you use the
Um
expression pedal with it too, right? So
yeah,
so you
yeah.
can do a lot.
So yeah, and I mean I also use it a lot for the effects. I think Line 6 is very underrated in how good the effects are.
They sound
Like,
great, yeah. I mean,
but not only like they sound great, but I think like if you are into weird stuff,
mhm.
I think they have way more weird stuff than like any of the other modelers.
Yeah.
Um, like yeah, there's just a lot of like quirky things where it's like, oh, we have this like tape delay model, and like if you keep scrolling, there's like one final setting where like you can have it so that like the tape is just super wonky.
Yeah.
Like they were like, well, we were modeling this one unit and like it just had this really weird thing, so we included it if you wanted. So well, and that's the same thing. Like like for example, something that I will do with the HX Stomp is like use the ring mod with an expression pedal, and I've really like dial in like, okay, it should go from this frequency to this frequency. So it's great that I just plug the expression pedal and it's ready to go. I don't have to do that every time and like double check that the calibration is good or something. So yeah, I think that's about it for me. Yeah, I think again, I mean, this is not like pedals, but yeah, I've messed around a little bit with plugins sometimes, and like I never really connected with it. Like the guitar rig stuff was fun, but
I need the tactile thing.
Yeah, like I don't want to be looking at the computer. And yeah, what you're saying about the tactile aspect, I think that was kind of like what pushed me away from having only modelers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel like it's also like so much of pedals. The fun of it is like they look cool. They have lights. They have cool knobs. Like, why would you not want that?
It's a machine. Yeah, it's a little machine that changes your
sound.
But
it's also
crazy.
like, but it's also kind of toys.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Like you have like your collection of like
it's like Hot Wheels
toy cars.
Like,
yeah. And you're like, oh man, look at this one. It's so cool. Like it has flames on it or something. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm very happy with the way it is right now. Yeah. So
all right.
I think it's your turn.
All right. So yeah, I probably got so I started on nylon string guitar. So obviously no pedals there.
Huh. And how long were you doing that?
Got it in 6th grade. I think by 7th grade I had an electric bass. So I mean I was still playing guitar, but bass definitely became primary for a couple of years. And then either like 8th or 9th grade I got a electric guitar finally. And that's probably I don't think I had any bass pedals.
Yeah.
I don't think I ventured there, but so I have my first pedal here actually. It was Nirvana inspired.
Okay.
The Boss Turbo Distortion.
Wow. Oh wait, you actually used this recently?
Yeah, I put it back on a board for a while. And I had trouble dialing it in the way. Well, I could see the little paint pen marks that I made from when I was in the high school or whatever of the settings I had then, which is pretty much level tone and distortion all at like 2 o'clock, and then not in the turbo mode, just in the normal. Because I probably didn't know what that was when I got it. I was just like,
I still do not understand. Like, is it like different like clipping diodes?
Or like a different like EQ maybe too or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's like harsher. But I just read that that Kurt Cobain used it, and I was like, well, I like that music, and probably like John Frusciante too. I guess I think he used it.
Also, wait, does that one have a remote input?
It does, yeah.
So does that turn it on and off, or it changes between the normal and the turbo?
You can switch between 1 and 2, yeah, the turbo and the normal.
Interesting. Okay.
So basically, I just use this as a DS1, not a DS2.
Okay.
So, and I've come close to selling it over the years because I don't really use it. But then, I mean, they don't go for much use, and it's like I'm good. I can't get rid of this.
You should keep it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's staying now.
Nice.
So that was my only pedal for a while, and then I think the next one was a Boss. I was a big Boss guy because they were just like the most like accessible pedals. It's like I don't know, they look cool. They're built like tanks. I got the Boss. This was probably another Nirvana Red Hot Chili Peppers combo. the Auto Wah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Probably leaning more Chili Peppers, but I do remember hearing this the Nirvana song Aneurysm, and there's like it must be like a chorus or flanger or probably the chorus or something, but and I do remember trying to dial that in on the Auto Wah, kind of just a really high rate, and then so it kind of got that warbly thing going. I'm sure it didn't sound great, but
wait, but so this is still like Auto Wah, like like an envelope
Yeah.
filter.
And yeah,
Okay,
so,
okay.
so you can like adjust the sensitivity or whatever to like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
your pick
Right.
attack and all that.
Hmm.
And for like a funky thing like that, it was really cool.
Sure.
I don't know that ever made it on, because I didn't get like an actual board until I think in college.
Okay.
Um, my dad made my dad found as he's wont to do, he's thrifting and found this like suitcase, this
Oh.
little metal carrying case, I should say.
Uh-huh.
And I'd been wanting a board, and I was and he does like some woodworking stuff too.
Nice.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'll just build you a board that fits this case." And I was like, "Cool." And I still have the case over there. It's a little bit worse for wear. I have the board too, in fact.
Nice.
And he put
Okay.
the quote unquote wrong Velcro on the base of the board.
Oh
So
no.
so my whole life I've been reversed from industry standard. But
Wait, you still do it?
no, I think on my boards now I switched to dual lock.
Oh,
I did
okay.
a switch there, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I put the hard Velcro down on the board and the soft
Oh
on the
no.
pedals.
No.
That's just how I was raised. Okay. Um,
This is like being left-handed or something.
yeah. So the turbo distortion and the auto wah probably got me through high school. I think that was it for high school. Like I
Mhm.
was in a band and we played a couple like battles of the band at high school over, and
Okay. Wait,
we
so
were-
do you have any reverb or anything on amps or nothing?
probably not.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the
Yeah,
next
especially
one,
the auto wah, that feels like a very strong statement.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I did not really know what I was doing. And I sold that at one, or traded it. I think got some trade-in value.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Okay.
maybe I brought that one to college. Yeah, I went to the music pro shop. But also in high school, I got was it a Vox wah? Did they make wahs, or was it just a Dunlop? I think it was
No.
a Vox. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was certainly Jimi Hendrix inspired. That's the
Okay.
one that I plugged in backwards at first, and it was made a big old squeal. And I was like, "Oh no!" But that, I mean, that yeah. So I had the wah and the auto wah, which is I was not quite fully understanding redundancies and all that.
You're like, well, but this one is auto.
Yeah.
So it's not the same thing. And this one looks like a thing you put
Yeah.
your foot on and you rock it. So
It's more
yeah.
active, yeah. I do remember I was into like Soundgarden too, and I had heard that
Uh-huh.
they would just like set the wah and not
Oh, like
and not
a-
like move it. So
Yeah,
it's-
yeah, like a cocked one.
yeah. So it's just like a filter, and so I was messing with that too.
Yeah.
And I don't think I got another pedal until college.
Wow.
And then honestly, that was probably the multi effect that I bought from Grismore.
Yeah.
Because I would bring those pedals to some gigs, I think, and then I think Grizz was trying to sell that or whatever, and I was like, yeah, sure. So then I that's when I started to learn more about like what the actual sounds were, and
Yeah.
maybe not fully understanding what made the sounds, but just like, oh, this is a flanger, this is a chorus. That's probably the first time I like messed with like a Leslie kind of thing, rotating speaker. Yeah, and then like the drives still I didn't, kind of like you were saying, it's like I didn't really know what the differences were, what they were doing, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I had that for a while, and then I think I have another visual aid. My first delay pedal,
Wow.
the Boss Giga Delay, which is
Nice.
is still one of my favorite pedals. I don't really. It's
Okay,
not,
well.
it's not on
Yeah.
a board anymore, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's just like because I forget what like got me into delay too, but delay became and is still my favorite effect probably.
Yeah.
And this was a fun one too. Well, because there's multiple modes, so you can learn about or just hear the different things going on. It's got
Yeah.
and some funky things where you hold the pedal down, it'll like oscillate and kind of twist out of control.
Oh, cool.
and-
Yeah.
or it'll almost a freeze kind of thing where you can
Mhm.
do a sound pad kind of thing, and that was really fun to mess
Yeah.
with.
Can you, on that one, can you do, man, I don't know. There's some boss delays where it has a mode where you can just like double tap and it will do like a super short loop
Oh,
and
I
it
don't.
just repeats that,
I
so
don't
you can
think
get kind of
so.
like a rattling.
I've
Uh,
never messed. I mean, there certainly could be a way, but there is
yeah,
like
yeah.
there is a
Or
proper sound on sound looper on here that, but
okay,
the functionality of it was never easy to use for me.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Um, but yeah, this got me through. And yeah, there's 4 presets or whatever. I guess
nice.
5 if you count just the how the knobs are set
Hmm.
on the top. Um, yeah, so then
Wait,
I
so
would.
you were you using this with the Line 6?
I don't know. I think I went back to the
Okay,
pedals then at this point.
yeah,
I got a Boss flanger as well.
nice.
I was kind of a Boss guy for a while.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Okay,
so
so wait, until here, like your only distortion is that Boss super
yeah, I think
distortion.
so.
Wow. Okay.
Eventually I got the Soul Food, I think. Which then I later
Yeah.
found out was like a Klon kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
And that's a great drive. It's just like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Although, yeah, we'll get into that someday. Like I like clones, but for a very weird reason. Like, and I don't use them in the way they're meant to be
Yeah.
used.
Yeah, but so then the Giga Delay, I would start making presets for like specific songs
Mhm.
and bands I was in or whatever, yeah,
Nice.
and that was kind of fun. That was my first foray into like having something with. Oh, yeah, like I guess that multi effect had presets and stuff and building
Yeah.
blocks, but yeah, not like crazy menu diving because that's where my brain starts
Mhm.
to kind of get. I had fun for a little bit and then I hit a wall.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the HX Stomp I had for 9 months or whatever, where it was really fun, just messing with
Yeah.
it, and then took it to a couple rehearsals, and it's like, oh, I don't think I get along with the functionality of this in a live setting,
Yeah.
so had to part ways with it, unfortunately. And then what else did I get? I got another delay pedal. I got the Line 6, the classic DL4.
Oh, the green one?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
And that was
Were you also using the looper?
so yeah,
with
that's when I first like got into looping, I think, was with that.
Okay. Cool.
And probably I think it was a Bill Frisell inspired purchase, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Because I would just tack that onto the end of my board or whatever. And mostly use it as a looper. Oh, that has the
Mhm.
cool like reverse and other. There's also
Yeah,
a
yeah.
kind of ring mod thing you can do with that too if you.
Oh, like if you make the reverse delay very short.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
It's not like it's not a normal ring mod, but it gets you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at that
It
speed,
gets you there.
You're kind of just hearing like the rate of the delay, like that becomes your ring mode frequency.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think at that point too, I'd gotten the Holy Grail reverb because I had upgraded an amp at that point that I got a super amp that didn't have reverb.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I think I need some reverb.
Yeah.
And that's just a simple. Well, it has spring, hall.
Oh wait,
and
this is the flurb.
and the flurb, the flange reverb,
Which is
and there was
yeah.
there was one gig I played where it was the end of maybe the end of the whole show, certainly the end of a set, but there was the last chord was ringing out, and then I heard the reverb. I was like, have I done this whole set with the flurb on? And I had. I like accidentally flicked it doing something else, and it was okay, well.
But so is it just a modulator reverb?
It's just a flanged reverb, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that like I've not spent any time with this pedal, so I don't know if it is justified or not, but I feel like everybody hates the flurb, everybody makes fun of it, but then like they will rave about modulated reverbs in like the Strymon Blue Sky or something. I was like, well, isn't this kind of a modulated
It's
reverb?
not the same. It sounds
okay.
It sounds a lot cheaper, I guess, or something, or just like a little bit tacky.
But so does it just sound like, oh, I have a reverb and then I'm going to put it into a flanger and that's it?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
If memory serves.
Yeah.
That was that. Yeah. Oh, I also got a volume pedal at one point. Grismore, my teacher, was
Yeah.
suggesting that for a long time, and it took me like,
Uh-huh.
like 3 or 4 years to finally get one. And then it was like, oh, this is incredibly handy to have. And
I
now
mean, I also
that's
feel like that's like
that's like
your thing. Like that's is one of the things that I
yeah,
associate with your playing.
yeah. Between that and delay, that's like all I really need.
Yeah.
Like if I had to
Mhm.
really pare it down,
Yeah.
I could do many gigs with just a volume pedal and a delay.
Yeah.
Because I think that was another so I was into Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds when I was playing like
Okay.
more acoustic in high school and stuff too.
Mhm.
And Tim Reynolds would do a volume pedal and delay. And that's when I first heard that. It's that fake like violin kind of sound or whatever. You can
Sure.
kinda,
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
you just take the attack down, and then with the delay, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a cool sound.
Mhm.
But even then, I still waited to get a volume pedal for.
Hmm.
Yeah, because even I mean, just like functionally, it's like it's just a mute too. So it's like if
Yeah.
something's going wrong, turn that down, and you're not having to troubleshoot. I also at some point, do you remember Holy Board? They built boards.
Yeah. That sounds familiar. Wait, where is this one of those where they also sold like things that you can put on your pedals? Didn't they have like a whole thing where like you didn't need Velcro or
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that
So
something else?
these boards
Okay.
they were like made out of wood.
Uh-huh.
And there were these kind of like semicircle things, and then they had kind of
Yeah.
modular tiers as well, so you could have some.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, this sounds
And
familiar.
like and a giant duffel bag. It was in hindsight, it's like oh, this is so just inconvenient.
Yeah. But then you use like zip ties or what?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
so it's called Holy Board because it's a board that has holes in it. It's like
Okay.
it almost looks like a honeycomb kind of pattern or whatever.
Yeah.
A little bit. So I had one of those with the tier on it.
Mhm.
I think that was after my dad made the board still, and then gigged with that for a little bit, and then it was just like this is a pain in the ass to deal with. It's like it's not you like getting it in the bag sucks. It's huge. So then I kind of pared down to it's almost the one my dad made is pretty much the size of like the
A pedal train.
Classic Junior, which is what I
Okay.
then eventually.
Yeah,
I
which is
think
what
I think in like 20
both have.
Yeah.
Now.
It's like the perfect size board.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah.
Because it doesn't tempt you to get too much stuff then.
Yeah. It's a good like you have enough, but it doesn't get crazy.
Yeah. And I eventually put my volume pedal on the board because for a while the volume was off the board, so I had room for other stuff. And then it was just like I kind of just want it all on one thing, and I can make some sacrifices.
Yeah.
I think I feel like I got the JHS Unicorn at one point.
Oh, okay.
The V1 I think too, so the bigger one.
So now we're getting into more boutique-y.
Yeah, and that was probably my first
small builder
boutique-y kind of pedal. And I think I didn't even know what a Univibe was at that point either too. It was just like
oh yeah, sure. I mean, do we know now what a Univibe is?
I know there's like a photo cell in it that
right.
and
I know that.
sensors.
Yeah, I know they sound different. Like I mean, I can tell,
and they're all like kind of related, right? It's just
yeah. But I don't really understand like how is the modulation happening because it's not time based. It's not a delay.
No, I mean it's
something going on. Yeah.
It's closer to like a chorus where that like photo cell it hits the sense.
No, but a chorus is a delay.
Well, a chorus is two sound. It's like it's your dry sound and the vibrato, right?
Yeah, but the vibrato is like a modulated delay, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, so like, chorus, vibrato, flanger, and modulated delay is basically all the same, just with extremely different settings.
Yeah.
While like phaser is a completely different process.
Yeah, but like phaser and Univibe sound.
I don't know.
There's a crossover there.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where the Univibe. I don't know how the modulation is made.
Yeah.
So just in terms of like when you're saying, I didn't know what a Univibe is. I'm saying I still don't know.
To me, it like kind of sits in the middle between the phaser and the chorus.
I can see that.
And it's like throbbier, I guess. It's like it's like less like sine wave anymore. It's like
kind of
thing. Yeah. And I think I sold that at one point, and then got the V2. I've done that way too many times where it's
Yeah.
crisis of yeah.
Yeah.
I got the JHS Kodiak too at one point in there just for like a tremolo.
Okay, so wait, when do you finally replace the turbo distortion?
Oh yeah, so then other drives I had too. I had I think it was the MXR. There was like a boost / overdrive that I had for a
Interesting. Yeah.
while.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember if I kicked the Boss off the board, and I had that and the Soul Food.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You
Um,
you mentioned the cell phone. I
although
forgot about
the turbo distortion might have stayed on there for a while though.
that. Okay, nice.
And that flanger was on
Yeah.
there for a while too. That was like my main modulation, I think, for a long time.
Interesting.
As far as drives, though, I think the only drives I really had were for the bulk of it were the Boss and then the Soul Food and then that MXR thing.
Yeah.
Until fairly recently, I feel like
Uh-huh.
I got a Morning Glory at one point. That might have been way later.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like 2020 or 2021, I decided to like revamp and like get not an actual board. No offense to my dad. A mass manufactured board.
Yeah.
And then I kind of that was like a fresh start of sorts. I got I guess we'll get to that later maybe where it's the current board, but Strymon Volante was a big one where it was like, okay, this is going to be like the backbone of everything.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say in the last several years it's been a little bit chaotic as far as swapping stuff out and redoing it, and but I do like where I'm at now,
nice.
which you can tune into the next episode to hear about.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was curious for you, like when, because as far as I understand, it was like when you were in high school, you were mainly playing rock.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you got into jazz.
Rock and like jam bandy stuff too, which I guess is still rock.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then in college you were mainly playing jazz or like just both?
Still a little both. I was in some rock bands with some friends.
Okay.
Or some like fusion groups where we were jazz oriented but did kind of went out there with stuff or some more rocky type jazz or whatever.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, do you feel like was there a point where like your way of seeing pedals change, or like the way that you approach using pedals? I don't know. I mean, I've never really like been in jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So like obviously you mentioned like Bill Frisell, right? Like,
yeah.
There are plenty of examples of you can be a jazz player and explore with pedals, right? But then there is the side of like, oh, if you play jazz, like no pedals and a Les Paul is already too much.
Yeah. I do remember in a guitar ensemble we did a Bill Frisell set of tunes, and in one of the rehearsals, Grizz was like telling us we should bring pedals to the next rehearsal for like for distortion and stuff, just because that music works with it in ways that other jazz might not. But even in like, I'm trying to think of like when I was in big band, if there was ever latitude for that kind of stuff. Probably not in like college. In the current big band I'm in, the Iowa Jazz Composers Orchestra, Mike Conrad leads it, and he's always like, do whatever you want, really. Like, we'll find the line.
But so you never had a moment when you were like, okay, maybe like I'm done with pedals, or pedals are only for like rock bands for fun, but not
even like today. There's some gigs where it's like I don't need to bring a pedal board, like if it's just standards or whatever. And so it's kind of mood dependent, I guess. And then I do have like a smaller pedal board too, where it's just like simpler stuff, like just fewer options. Where it's like I can still, if I get an itch or urge to do something, there's there's something there I could mess with. But yeah, I don't know. It's the lines all kind of like blended, I guess. It wasn't
Okay,
super
interesting.
stark.
I feel like maybe, I mean, obviously I'm oversimplifying, but
Mhm.
I kind of feel like maybe for me, or in my mind, in my trajectory, there are more like starker shifts.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going all in with modeling, and then I'm going all in with pedals, and now I'm back to in between. Or like pedals are just like you turn it on, you turn it off, and that's it.
I think for me too, so it was like, because even the rock music I was in was like I was into improvising or jamming along with it.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then when you're improvising, I mean, it's then you have options to do things in the moment,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
Totally.
so you're not, yeah, it's just it. I mean, kind of like you said earlier with the what that distortion pedal or whatever, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
they like become their own instrument in some ways. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So it's that
Yeah, but in a
kind of
way,
ethos, I guess.
uh, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like maybe the way it sounds is like I'm hearing my story as more like there's like shifts.
Yeah.
And it feels like with you, it's been more like integrated, where it's like, oh yeah, like pedals are both just for color and also like it can be a more creative tool. And yeah, just maybe even like blending between like the rockier things and the jam band and the jazz, like coming to where you are now, maybe it feels more like a combination of everything, but like without having like strong like crisis or shifts or anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it all
Hmm.
felt pretty kind of linear, where it's just like
Yeah, yeah, interesting.
found what worked. And I mean, moving to that multi effects,
Yeah.
I guess I mean, yeah, like I said, that was just kind of a way to like learn more about effects and have everything
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in one
Hmm.
package. It still
Yeah.
was effectively a pedal board, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, so because even I don't remember doing. I mean, all the effects you could like build or whatever, and I built
Hmm.
some presets for that one too. That was probably my first time actually building full on presets. Or I'd be like listening to like fish tunes or whatever, and it's like, what is that
Yeah.
sound? And then try and recreate that
Hmm.
sound on there.
Yeah.
So doing some of that. I wonder how long I had that thing. I'm trying to think back now. Because I must have played that with bands I was in college.
Okay.
But yeah, and then it just kind of made sense to look at, and then like we said earlier too, it's like when you have the individual pedal that does its own thing and it's tactile, it's like
Yeah.
that was more my speed. I figured out,
Hmm.
um, instead of this kind of jack of all trades, master of
Yeah, yeah.
none kind of thing.
Hmm.
But
Totally.
again, a great learning tool. Yeah, and then it was all just like it all just kind of blended, and Grismore too was always um, game for fun sounds and weird sounds. I mean, he makes plenty of weird music,
Yeah.
so that was not shy
Yeah.
about
I
that.
think going back to the, and we don't have to talk about this forever, but like, I thought it was interesting that both of us had that experience of like getting a multi effects that has options, but it's not like full on like go into the menus and
Yeah,
you have like 1,000 reverbs and stuff. Um, I'm I don't know. I kind of sometimes feel like maybe that's going away. I'm kind of sad
yeah,
because it
um,
feels like now it's either like you just get pedals or I don't. It feels like any multi effects is already very focused on like, oh, you have all these presets from these songs, or
mhm.
like you can go online and like download
Yeah,
everything, or
like the pre-downloadable patches or whatever, where it's like,
yeah, and it's like no, you need like kind of the beauty of the multi effects is when it's like there's no screen, you have this like you can choose between this like three types of distortion, like I don't know,
yeah,
delay forwards or backwards, or like modulated or non-modulated, and like reverb, and or like yeah, just like one chorus, one flanger, one vibrato, like um yeah, I feel like that was super useful to me, and I don't know, I don't know if like there's this yeah, the market has shifted where it's like if it's gonna be multi effects, it has to be super
yeah,
expensive,
everything's super like
or
malleable,
yeah,
and yeah, and
yeah, or you just
like
get
every
pedals.
parameter is
Yeah,
changeable.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's kind of too bad. I mean, obviously, like I don't want one of those things, so I'm not going to I'm not going to fix this
Yeah.
market. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like for beginners, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there will just be like a second use market of like crappy multi effects from the 2000s
I feel like
for people who are learning.
or it's like VHS is making a comeback or whatever, and like
Yeah.
there's this
Yeah,
lo-fi.
maybe. Yeah, there's gonna be some. I'm sure that there's somebody's going to find some setting on some multi effects from the 90s, and everybody's gonna be like, "Yo,
Is it?
we all need to buy this."
Does Justin have one of those like old Zoom multi-effect things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Justin Comer.
Yeah, Justin Comer, who plays saxophone through. I think he's been playing through that Zoom multi effects forever.
Yeah.
Like, when you told me that you sold him a pedal recently. Sounds very
Strymon
surprised by
pedal.
it. Yeah, big update.
All right. Well, I think that gets us a good story for our first forays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about stuff you've been listening to lately? A record or something?
Yeah. So the album is called Hey What, and it's by the band Low.
Yeah.
Were you ever into Low?
A little bit. So my dad is a fan, and so I would hear stuff through him. They're from Duluth, right? Duluth, Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it's been interesting because like I don't even think I knew who they were, like until this album, which is the last one that they did. It's from, let me double check on the 2021. So I mean, again, like I started with this last one, and then I've slowly I'm kind of going backwards or like jumping around. But yeah, so as far as I understand, like the band was always the two main people. Alan Spark Hawk is his name, I think. Mimi Parker. And then Mimi died a couple of years, I think, after this album. So I think technically this was the only album that they did when it's only the two of them.
Okay, gotcha.
And a producer called BJ Barton, who I think had produced like the two previous albums for them too. Yeah, so I mean, Low are mainly known, or were mainly known for it's like kind of like slowcore, like slow alternative rock. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we could call it different things. This album sounds nothing like that. Like it's, I think maybe in a couple of songs there's acoustic instruments, but everything else is basically like electronics and the two voices. Super distorted.
Oh, cool.
Like I don't know, is this like, I just don't know anything that sounds like it. Like it's so, it feels at the same time like so intimate and so like massive. Like yeah, it's just this kind of contradictions, like very fragile moments of just like the two voices harmonizing each other, but then like extremely compressed, like there will be some like sidechain compression that like just completely annihilates the vocals. But yeah, I don't know, but it still has this sort of singer songwriter approach to the whole thing in a very bizarre way, or like sort of like spiritual. Like there's some songs that sound slightly like new agey in like the lyrics and the melodies. So yeah, like I listened to it probably like the year after it came out, because it had been in a couple of like best of 2021 lists, and I probably listened to it like 2 or 3 times, like shortly after another. And then yeah, I was just thinking about it recently, and I listened to it again, and I was like, yeah, man, it's just such a, I'm not saying it's like a perfect album or something, but like just the sound of it and the it feels so singular in a way. And I'm sure there's something else that I just don't know, but from stuff that I know, it feels very special.
Excellent. I'll
Yeah.
give that a listen.
So yeah, I mean, even if you just listen to like a couple of songs,
Yeah.
I think you would get like the vibe.
Cool.
Like, oh wow, this is just wild. How about you?
So I've been digging back into a record. This Blake Mills record called Mutable Set. The record came out in 2020, I think like late March 2020, so like right at the start of all that. And I remember listening.
We can't even talk about it.
Shall not be named.
All right.
And I remember listening back then and like liking it or whatever, but not digging super deep. And then it was only been like the last like couple weeks where I was like, because there were some songs on there that stuck with me, but I went back and listened, and it's just I was struck by like how both simultaneously it's like quite spare, but there's like a lushness to it, like a very like like a muted lushness. Because Blake is a great guitarist, but is also an amazing producer too.
Yeah. I really like the Alabama Shakes album that he produced.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just these amazing sounds, and I mean, it's always they catch my ear, and it's always like, how do you do that? Like, how do I do that? And it's been inspirational to be like for the sparseness versus the sounding more lush, because I feel like I fall into a trap with my own music sometimes where it's just like, well, let's just keep adding stuff until it sounds good. Whereas this is like breaking it down to its bare parts and what works. And yeah, it's a very. You mentioned like the fragility of some of the low stuff, and there's like the vocals on this record feel, it's all very soft spoken and a lot of like falsetto and very delicate stuff. A lot of like nylon string guitar on it too.
This is not the album where what's the song called by him? If I'm Worthy?
That's on Hi Ho.
Okay, so that's before this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That record was like 2015, maybe something like that. 2017, I don't know. But there's like minimal drums, but there's still some drums on some things. And then there's just some unexpected chord changes too that still get me. Like I've listened to a bunch, and it's like, oh yeah, how this goes there, and I want to make sense of it. Maybe I will someday, but it's just like, oh yeah. Gabriel Kahane is a piano player, and composer and all that stuff, and he co-wrote a tune and plays piano on a tune called Far Sickness, and that tune especially is it's a very beautiful puzzle to try and figure out. It was like unexpected changes that still make sense and feel good, but yeah. And then there's another, and then a more recent Blake Mills record too is I've kind of just cycled into that one as well, called Jelly Road, which is similar but more guitar based than a lot of stuff in this one. It's been a vibe.
All right.
Well, I think that's episode 1 of Stompboxing.
The Phantom Menace.
Oh man. I got another.
Yeah, let's not go there. Oh my god.
It's Watto.
Right,
for anyone listening.
Yeah.
I have a Watto on my desk. Of course. Yes. All right. This has been Stompboxing. My name is Dan.
I'm Carlos.
And that's it. Is that how we end?
See you next time.